About an hour down the road from Aberdeen is Dundee, a city that sits on the banks of the River Tay. It's home to circles, Pez, and over the years, it's become something of a cultural hotspot. It was once home to DMA Design, who you might know for a certain Grand Theft Auto, and the Lemmings series. These guys were weird. Comics like the Dandy and the Beano were once produced in the city as well. And the city centre remains littered with tributes to some of the comic's most iconic characters. Well, I think we've finally got summer. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Oh. It's alright, just leave her on. We've got sat-nav running because we're off to Douglaswood on the outskirts of Dundee.
Continue for half a mile.
Yes, it's going to get really awkward when I'm trying to do the voiceover and Google keeps shouting, "You're not doing it right!" Right, I'm going to try this without interruption. Welcome back to the channel. We're heading to a place called Douglaswood on the outskirts of Dundee. My pal and our wee boy Colin, who's giggling in the passenger seat, they go down to this festival that happens every year, and I've been roped into volunteering. It's amazing how that happened. So we're heading down. The festival doesn't actually get underway till Friday, but we're heading down to help get things set up. So,
in a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto the A90 South Slip Road to Stonehaven, Aberdeen South.
In a quarter of a mile we have to join the Aberdeen bypass, so we're going to get moving and I'll catch up with you soon. So Douglaswood's actually a wee bit north of Dundee in the neighbouring county of Angus, but it's close enough. And in fairness, the A92 and the A90, they're probably one of the most boring roads in the country. But Google certainly had plans to try and counter that. So the joys of allowing a 9-year-old to set sat-nav up. We've come off the main road, we're on a bunch of back roads that are full of potholes and everything, and according to sat-nav we're just going to rejoin the road we were on. I'm hoping it's to avoid some roadworks. There were roadwork signs, so maybe Google's trying to do us a solid, but looking at the sat-nav, there's absolutely no reason for us to be on these back roads. At least the view's nice. According to the maps, unless we've ended up in like Edinburgh or Glasgow, we should be just about there. And I think I've had
13 minutes away.
13 minutes away, according to co-pilot Colin, who's also just
6.8 miles.
Right, 6.8 miles, 13 minutes because the van's slow. Colin, my co-pilot, has just described the journey as being quite cool. He said it's quite a cool car journey, and then he took that statement back and said no. I meant this is quite a cool van adventure. Compliments. So we're on the last stretch to Douglaswood. I think we're about 6 miles away. And during the next week there's going to be a bunch of activities for the kids and the parents at this single parent festival. Like, the parents can go and do activities, the kids can go and do activities. The first one appears to be dodge the pothole because this road is horrific. There's nothing left of it. I've just had the suspension redone for the MOT. It's probably going to need done again by the time I get to this campsite. Someone's taken a trolley jack and some axle stands. It wasn't needed. A little over an hour later we arrived and almost immediately got to work helping to set up the camp. Now in fairness, we were way too busy to do any filming, but I did manage to get 10 minutes to fly the drone just to give you an idea of the scale of what we've achieved. The midgies fairly got their money's worth. And yeah, that's my dorm for the trip. If you keep watching, I'll share a quick van update towards the end of the video. Now, once the camp was set up, when the van interior ripped out, I could actually use it as a van, which is a first, I know. Now, I've been following Love Sundays since before I bought my own van, and he's just done up an old Vivaro that he's bought as a sort of spare/backup van. Lately, he's been doing a step-by-step guide to building a day van on a budget. I think he gave himself a couple of grand. My budget's a lot more limited than that, but the inspiration's been brilliant. And with a few days of annual leave off, I've finally got round to just doing it. The interior of the back of the Caddy is gone. I've also managed to swap out the front seats, which was an absolute piece of cake. Probably helped a little by the fact someone had already put Turan seat bases in, but hey, I'll take the wins. So there's no turning back now. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing up my van on a much tighter budget than the £2 that Love Sundays has had to play with. Thankfully, it looks like there's already quite a bit of insulation done, so I'm not going to have to do that. But basically, I'm going to have to rebuild the back of the van from the ground up. You know what, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I've got a blank canvas to work with. My plan, bear with me, I want to build a bed pretty much here, the length of the van. A few folk have said, why don't you just put in a blow-up mattress? That'd be too easy, that'd be a cheat. I'm going to cover up this side with a bed on that side. I want to have some kind of storage unit, maybe a couple of shelves and some tiles. This side, a couple of battens and maybe some tongue and groove. A couple of spotlights in the ceiling just for better light. And then, yeah, re-carpet the quarter panels of the van, and I'm going to do the back doors as well, the same sort of cladding as this wall here. So that's the plan, and I've got a tight time frame to do this. I need the van done by the end of August for going away. That gives me about 4 weeks. 4 weeks to do all that, and I've got not a clue what I'm doing, but I do have some help, so that's something. Thanks for watching. Remember, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, you'll be able to keep up to speed with how things are going. And good luck as well to Elaine, to Amber, Colin and all the rest of the volunteers who are down in Stoke at Console for Single Parent Festival Part 2, or Part the, if you're doing it hot shot style. Thanks so much for watching, catch you soon.